Hi, so welcome to our 6-week run. This is a partner up to Spring Up because springtime is coming. And I'm going to tell you, the next 6 weeks can absolutely change your life if you allow it to. It won't change everybody's life, but the people who really stay committed and dig in, it's absolutely going to change your life. It's going to change your mindset. It's going to change your focus. It's going to change your paycheck. It's going to change your rank. So I'm really excited to dig through some of this with you. And we're going to go through some housekeeping on here just to make sure that we're all on track. So if you don't know, if you're in here, it's because you paid $10 to get into this group. Now we are going to be cutting that off. So the deadline to get into the group is this Saturday at 5 p.m. Central Time. So don't leave your friends behind. If you have somebody who has not paid the $10 or not requested to get in, make sure you pay the $10 first and then request to get into the group, because we have a lot of pending requests, but it's because they haven't paid yet. So make sure you pay your upline director, reach out to them, get their payment info, get in the group, because we kick off on Monday. So Saturday at 5 p.m. is the deadline to pay to get in, and then we're going to match up accountability partners on Sunday. Christy Belliston is going to do that. I'm really excited to find out who my accountability partner is going to be. She's going to match us all up. So what you want to do, if you haven't yet, fill out the Google form to be matched up with an accountability partner. So that's what you want to do. You're going to pick your team name, have some fun with that. Go make it fun, make it unique. On Monday, we are going to actually make a post asking what your team name is, so you can put it in the comments, and then that way we can vote on the best one and you can win a prize. We want to kick it off with some prizes. We have thousands of dollars in prizes that we're giving out within this group. So the next thing is make sure your notifications are on for this group. So what you want to do is you want to go to the top, you want to click those 3 dots, make sure you manage the notifications, select to be notified of all posts. That way you can stay on track and not miss anything in here for the next 6 weeks. Now, we are going to have daily coaching within this group every single day, Monday through Friday. These are going to be daily, every day at noon Central Time. So that is 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. And to make it easy, we're just going to do the same time Monday through Friday. Now, these are going to be quick, and we are on Fridays, actually, we're going to have a focused Friday training. So these are going to be a little bit more in depth of additional things that you can do to add into your business. Things like trade shows or pop-ups, or we'll have role playing on there, how to overcome objections, maybe some more in-depth training that you guys have been wanting. So we're also going to have weekly assignments. So again, like I said, we're giving away thousands of prizes. So you want to make sure you're doing the assignment and you are getting entered to win the prizes. So every Friday at 5 p.m. Central, we'll have a pinned post. If you're ever wondering where something is, it's going to be pinned under the featured section. So we will have a pinned post asking for you to enter in your production numbers for the week. So it'll be you and your partner. So you're going to total up both of your production numbers. You're going to enter, one person is going to enter that in for your team. So you enter your team name, your names, all the information that I asked for. At Friday at 5 p.m. is when you will enter those. And then on Monday, we will announce the winners for that. So hopefully that is clear. Now, every Sunday, we are going to post the weekly lives and scheduled speakers for Monday through Friday. So that way you know exactly what topics are coming your way, who the speaker are. And you know what? Sometimes you hear the same thing in a different way from a different speaker, and it clicks and it just makes sense. And it was that one thing you needed to hear to absolutely hit the ground running. So we will also have a tracker for you. Abby made a beautiful tracker, and it's going to be pinned under the announcements section in this group. And the tracker is going to be for your benefit, so you can keep track of everyone that you're talking to, and it will follow the 222 method. What the 222 method is it's asking 2 people a day a question. Maybe you're asking them to, be a fly on the wall at the Opportunity Zoom. Maybe you're asking them to, check out the skin masterclass or a glow up party. Maybe you're asking them to try the product. Maybe you're asking them if they're open to the business. It's 2 questions a day. 2 questions a day to people in your network will absolutely change your life, your business, your paycheck. So that's the first 2. The second 2 is getting 2 people on the opportunity Zoom. Now, in reality, if you want 2 people to show up to an opportunity Zoom, you need to ask 10. You ask 10 to get your 2. That's how that works. It's just that way for everybody. Now, the last 2 is getting the product on 2 faces a week. So maybe that is through samples. It could be through your Try Me bag, or I know people have other names for it, Try Me bag, rotation bags, sample bags. It could be through pop-ups, having an event with a few people at your house. It could be through getting 2 new customers that week. It's getting the product on 2 faces a week. So 2, 2, 2. So look for the tracker. It will be pinned under the featured pinned section in the group. Now, let's talk a little bit about mental preparation, because this is as equally important as doing some of the physical. So you have to give yourself permission to have what you want. Your mind must arrive at the destination before your life does. Every time I've ever hit a major rank or hit a major sales target, it was because my mind had to get there first. And I'm telling you, I'm not a national director yet, physically, but I can tell you in my mind, I am. So I know it'll happen. It's just a matter of time and a matter of taking action and doing the work. So I want to talk a little bit about manifestation, where a lot of people don't realize that they manifest what they want every single day. They're just doing it in a negative way. So there's something called catastrophic manifestation, where maybe you're playing out every single detail of what could go wrong versus what could go right. Well, when you give these signals to your brain, your subconscious automatically goes to work in following that out. So if you are doing catastrophic manifestation on all the things that could go wrong, or all the reasons why this won't work for you, or all the reasons why somebody might say no, you're drawing that energy into you. That's going to happen. So what you want to do is actually visualize and manifest the steps of what could go right. So you have to actually manifest not just the end goal, not just, oh, I'm going to rank up, I'm going to add an extra $1,000 in my paycheck. Visualize all of the steps to get there. So visualize yourself printing off the tracker, sending out messages, reaching out to some of those people on your chicken list. Visualize what it feels like doing the work. Visualize what it feels like seeing yourself rank up to senior manager or team leader. You actually have to feel it and see it in your body. This will prime your mind. So when you actually go to do the work, your brain can't tell the difference between what's real and what's a part of your subconscious mind. So when you actually go to do it, because you've primed yourself, it's easy. You just start going through the motions and you just start doing it. And it eliminates that self-sabotage, because a lot of times we try to talk ourselves out of success. We say we want success, but our subconscious, because we've primed our subconscious through limitations or through negative self-talk, it will actually start to try to talk ourselves out of the thing that we say that we want. Okay, I hope I'm not going too deep on you. I hope this is making sense. Drop a yes in the chat if this is making sense to you. And then, of course, once you do the mental work, then, of course, you have to do the action, because it starts with the mind. The mind has to arrive, and then we actually have to physically take action and do the work. Now, here's where you can get stuck, is maybe you're like, oh my gosh, I want to reach out to that person on my chicken list, but I am terrified. They're going to tell me no, they're going to think less of me, all of the things that we say to ourselves. Well, this is where you can use the power of objectivity, which is something that I just talked about in Vegas, which is where you're like, you know what? I can't envision myself doing the work. I can't envision myself staying consistent to the 2-2-2 method. So what would Danny do? What kept Danny going that first year when he earned $58 his first 9 months in network marketing? Talk about feeling like a failure, right? $58 in your first 9 months of nonstop work. I mean, how many of us would have quit after that first year? But he kept going. So what would Danny do? What kept him going? What kept him reaching out to people? What would Tim do? What would Chris do? I know Chris, anytime I feel like I'm not doing enough follow-up, I think about Chris and I'm like, what would Chris do? And I'm like, Chris is relentless at follow-up. He does not stop following. He will follow up with people 15, 20, 30 times. It doesn't matter to him. So when you allow yourself to ask what somebody else would do, it allows your brain to start thinking in terms of solution thinking and possibility thinking, to start forming solutions, and then you can apply it to yourself. And it just helps you push through that momentary freeze that you're feeling where you start to feel stuck. And you can ask yourself, what would they do? And it helps you push through. It's very, very simple. I know it sounds almost too simple, but it's very, very effective. So I'm going to give you 6 tips to prep for this 6-week run. I do not want you to get overwhelmed. You guys, we're going to just take it in bite-sized pieces. You guys, and realistically, the 2-2-2 method, asking 2 people a day a question, getting 2 people on the opportunity Zoom, and getting product on 2 faces a week, that can be done in 1 to 2 hours a day. So you shouldn't feel overwhelmed at what we're going to do. But here's what you can do. Number 1 is commit to finish. Commit to the end. You can take your level of commitment up or down. Like maybe we all have days where life happens, where a lot of people have the flu right now, or stuff with kids happens, or schedules get crazy. So the next day, just double up on what you missed the previous day. So you can take your level of commitment up or down based on what's happening that day. Just don't fall off. Don't ever fall off. Just commit that once you press play in this group, there's no exit. You either finish, and that's the only option you have. The only way out is to go through. Now, commit to this 6-week run till the end. Unfortunately, I'm going to tell you right now, is 3 weeks from now, half of you won't be here, and which is so sad. I hate even saying that, but it's so true. 3 weeks from now, half of you won't be here. So you have to decide right now, which half are you? Are you going to be here in 3 weeks? Are you going to be part of the half that it sounded good, but when it actually came down to doing the work, you didn't want to do it? So make that commitment right now to yourself, and then schedule yourself. So this is number 2, make a schedule for yourself. Here's how the schedule is going to go. We're going to have the lives Monday through Friday. Okay, so it'll be every Monday through Friday at noon Central Time. On Saturday will be a catch-up day for you. So if you need to get caught up, maybe you had a day where you fell off, or maybe you missed a live, Saturday's catch-up day. Sunday, a day of rest. So this is absolutely doable for anybody. Try to stay on track. You want to schedule your days and your hours. Just like when you check in for a regular day job, treat this like that. Schedule. Are you going to work 30 minutes in the morning, an hour at lunch, and 30 minutes at night? Whatever your schedule allows, put the time blocking in your schedule so that you don't miss out on doing the activities. It doesn't have to be sequential. That's the good news. You don't have to block off a full 2 hours. You can break it up into little bits throughout the day. Now, you get to decide on how intense you want to go with this 6-week run. We're recommending the 2-2-2 method. Maybe you want to do 4-4-4. Maybe you want to do 6-6-6. Maybe you want to do, don't do that one, but maybe you want to do 10-10-10. You get to decide what intensity level you want to do. If you want to work at 1 to 2 hours a day, or if you want to work up to 8 hours a day. Maybe you're like, this is exactly what I've needed, and I want to run as hard as I can with this. Now, number 3 is sacrifice. Maybe you're like, oh my goodness, I don't have an hour to spare in my day. You do, you just have to dig for it. Maybe you're giving up Netflix or happy hour, or maybe you're giving up some of that scroll time, that mindless scroll time when you get on TikTok or get on Instagram. Set a timer, be intentional when you're on social media. Are you using social media, or is it using you? Really think about that. If you want to go on TikTok, then make sure you get your commitments done first, and then TikTok is your reward, and set a timer for 20 minutes where you get 20 minutes of mindless scrolling on TikTok, and that was your reward for getting the day done. Now, number 4 is negotiate. So this is where you can create pleasure for yourself if you do something and create pain for yourself if you don't. So maybe you got your activities done, you set your timer, you get your 20 minutes on TikTok, mindless scrolling. Maybe you didn't do your activities that day and you're like, you know what? I don't get to Netflix and chill tonight, or I don't get to go on TikTok tonight because I didn't get my 2-2-2 method done. So create pain for yourself if you do, if you don't do it, and create pleasure for yourself if you do it. Does that make sense? Now, let your family know what you're doing. Allow your family in to be your biggest cheerleader. So tell them, hey, I'm going on this 6-week run for us. Don't let me quit on myself. I need your help. If you see me having a bad day, here's another tip, never quit on a bad day. But if you see me slowing down, or if you see me giving up on myself, remind me why I'm doing this. I'm doing this through. Then I'm gonna take the whole family to Legoland. Create something fun for the family where you guys get to do an activity together if you complete it. Now, the next thing is, number 5 is our distractions. You wanna turn distractions off. They are meant to distract you. So you want to turn your notifications off. So for me personally, okay, we're back. Sorry, I had a phone call come through. So for me personally, I have all of my notifications turned off. So for all of my apps, they're turned off. So nothing comes through my home screen unless it's a text message. And even at that, you can put your focus tab on. So when you have time blocked yourself, your 30 minutes in the morning or your 1 hour at lunch, make sure you're focused. You turn that focus tab on so nothing is distracting you, because they say on average, it takes an average when you're interrupted and you're in a flow state, it takes an average of 23 minutes to get back into that flow state when you're distracted. So number 6 is resources. Now, when you are inviting people to take a look, remember we're asking people the 2 questions a day. Our job is just to educate people. You are not the message, you are just the messenger. So make sure you put them in front of other resources, things like the brand video. Get the product on Faces, get them on our opportunity Zoom that we're going to be doing every Tuesday night that is customized just for this group. Make sure, get them on the Skin Glow Up Masterclass we're going to have every single Thursday. Get them on a 3-way chat, 3-way Zoom, get them in your customer groups. All of these things layer in as exposures for when you're talking to people. Now, here's the last thing that I want to say. I'm going to wrap up with this is, don't play the comparison and jealousy game. Okay, I learned this a long time ago and it really saved me because I used to compare myself a lot, and I'd be like, well, how did she do it? And I've been doing this and this hasn't happened for me yet. And I would get stuck in that comparison and jealousy. And you have to realize everybody is moving different speeds. Some people are doing the 2-2-2 method. Some people are going to do like a 10-10-10 method and go really intense with this. The worst thing you can do is compare yourself to somebody else. Jealousy can motivate some people and it can cripple others. So you want to make sure, use this tip from Mel Robbins. This is a great tip I'm going to give you, is when you start to compare yourself to somebody else or jealousy starts to sit in, okay, this is where you can use it as a trigger to remind yourself that, you know what, if they did it, then so can I. Use it as a trigger to motivate you versus crippling you. If she did it, so can I. If he did it, so can I. And it just shows what's possible. This is why so many people ran the 4-minute mile after Roger Bannister did it. Like nobody did it for decades. And then Roger Bannister did it. And then within that year after he did it, several others do it because he showed them it was possible. He lifted the limits that we have on our mind. So allow yourself to know what's possible by seeing other people do it too, and use it as a reason to motivate you. If they can do it, so can I. So thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat below. We'll try to get those answered if something didn't make sense to you. We're so excited I'm excited to run the next 6 weeks with you too. I'm excited to find out who my partner is. I'm excited to fill out my tracker to stay accountable with you guys. We're going to be going through this group too. So thanks everyone. Happy Friday. And we kick off on Monday. So tag someone below who, if you know a friend or a team member who's in this group and they need to see this video so they can see everything that we have planned for you guys. Thanks everyone.